वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. Hello friends, welcome to the last episode of Sikh History Sakhi Season 1. In our journey together, spanning nearly 3 years, I hope we have deepened our spiritual connection and aligned ourselves with the divine. Today, we have reached a sacred moment in Sikh history. Guru Nanak Dev Ji, having illuminated countless souls with the light of Naam, now prepares to return to his eternal home. That is Sachkhand. The radiance on his face shines brightly, yet the hearts of his devoted Sikhs ache with the sorrow of approaching loss. Join me as we honor his final moments and the eternal legacy he leaves behind. Now, as mentioned in Var 1, Pauri 45 of Bhai Gurdas Ji, ਥਾਪਿਆ ਲਹਿਣਾ ਜੀਵ ਦੇ ਗੁਰਿਆਈ ਸਿਰ ਛਤਰ ਫਿਰਾਇਆ ਜੋਤੀ ਜੋਤ ਮਿਲਾਈ ਕੈ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਨਾਨਕ ਰੂਪ ਵਟਾਇਆ. Meaning, Guru Nanak Dev Ji united his own spiritual light with that of Bhai Lehna, that is Guru Angad Ji, by passing the Guruship's canopy over his head, symbolizing the succession. This marked Guru Nanak Ji's spiritual transformation. As we all know, during his final days, Guru Nanak Ji had settled in Kartarpur, living a simple life. By then, Guru Nanak Dev Ji was well known and revered all around for the love and wisdom he had given to humanity. Sikh, Hindu, and Muslim disciples all identified the Guru as one of their own prophets. As such, time went by beautifully in remembrance of Almighty. However, on the morning of September 22, 1539, it became clear to everyone that Guru Nanak Dev Ji would soon leave this world to reunite with the Almighty, as mentioned in Sri Nanak Prakash. Ahe sulakhani charne pasu, lochan te gerat boho asu. Meaning, everyone had gathered around Guru Nanak Ji, Sangat from all around, whether Brahmin, kings, Hindus, Muslims, Guruji's sons, and Mata Sulakhani Ji was sitting with tears in her eyes. Some people were reciting the divine hymns. People from far and near came wearing flowers, gifts, and more to have one last glimpse of their Guru and hear him for one last time. Seeing the sadness and pain in eyes of all of his beloved disciples, who were as dear as his children, Guruji told them to remember that everything present on this earth is bound to leave one day. Birth and death are part of life's journey. To remember that the soul is immortal and through the grace of the divine, we discover our true essence. Guru Nanak Ji explained the concept of Jyoti Jyot, where his mortal form would expire, but the divine light that illuminated him would pass to his successor, and hence he will always be here. Further, he said everything on this earth is temporary and will one day perish. As mentioned in Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji on Ang 1429. राम गयो रावण गयो, जाको बहु परवार, कहो नानक थिर कछ नहीं, सुपने ज्यों संसार. Meaning, Lord Ram and Ravan both passed away. Thus, says Nanak, nothing lasts forever and the world is like a dream. But through devotion and spiritual alignment, we can transcend the cycle of birth and death, thus merging our light with the eternal divine light. Lastly, Guru Nanak Ji gave hukam to all to do good deeds while also being in remembrance of Almighty. After listening to such beautiful words from Guru Nanak Ji, the congregation felt elated, yet with the pain of separation. Then Guru Nanak Ji said to everyone to leave him alone, and everyone did so. Then Guruji laid on his bed, his face serene and content. On 22nd September 1539, his last breath was not a moment of sorrow, but a result of life lived in divine consciousness and selfless service. As mentioned in Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji on Ang 885, पवने में पवन समाया, ज्योति में ज्योत रल जाया. Meaning, the wind merges into the wind and the light blends into the light. With this, Guru Nanak Ji left this world to meet his Almighty. Each and every soul present at that time ached and cried in separation of their beloved. The news of Guru Nanak Ji's departure spread quickly, and people from far and wide came to Kartarpur to pay their respects. The next morning, as we all know, my dear friends, everyone claimed Guruji as their own, whether Hindu or Muslim. Therefore, they wished to honor him according to their respective customs, that is, cremation or burial. However, this led to the start of a heated argument between each group as to whether Guruji will be cremated or buried. As the debate continued, a few of Guruji's wise Sikhs quietly entered the chamber of Guruji's house where he lay. When they uncovered the sheet, astonishment filled the air. Friends, Guru Nanak Dev Ji's mortal body was nowhere to be found. Instead, fresh flowers brought by Muslims and Hindus lay undisturbed beneath his sheet. The Sikhs came outside and said, as mentioned in Sri Nanak Prakash, क्यों तुम कीनो इतना झगड़ा, सतगुर आप निबेरे सगरा, अंतर ध्यान पी रही ना देही, कुशा सेज पर वस्त्र परेही. Meaning, why do you keep fighting? The Lord Almighty has Himself solved all your arguments. Guru Nanak Ji is not there, but there is just the sheet and flowers. Everyone present there was awestruck that the flowers, untouched and as vibrant as ever, spoke of a mysterious dissolution. Nature's unseen forces had returned Guruji's body to its elemental origins, leaving behind a powerful proof to the unity and respect shared among followers of different faiths. As mentioned in Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji on Ang 1427. पांच तत्व को तन रचियो जानो चतुर सुजान जहते उपजयो नानका लीन ताहे मेहमान. Meaning, O wise person, know that the physical body is composed of the five basic elements, that is, air, water, fire, ether, and earth. O Nanak, be sure that the elements of which this body is made will merge back into the same elements from which it has originated. After this miracle, the Hindus and Muslims lovingly divided the flowers and the sheet. While Hindus cremated them, the Muslims buried them. The Muslims buried the flowers and sheet. Friends, today Gurdwara Darbar Sahib stands there in its holy grandeur on the land of Kartarpur, reminding us that Guru Nanak Ji lived, breathed, and walked there. I hope this brings some value to you and your family. Thank you.